Yo, what it do, drivers? Man, we're back with another video. We got another interesting video, man. Today I'm doing a ride along while I'm hitching a ride with another J.B.Hunt driver. I'm going to pick up a tractor in Chattanooga, Tennessee. He gonna drop me off, so I think it's like a 2 hours, 3 hours drive. Basically, I'm just going to pick up a tractor, bring it back, and may do a couple local runs once I get back, depending on how I feel. Like if I'm not tired or if the trip it might be a little bit too much, I'll continue to drive, but depending on what happens when I get back. So as far as right now, man, we riding with my boy Michael. Just met him, cool young cat. Say he been driving with J.B.Hunt for 9 months. He been a driver for 2 years. He got his license through FedEx. And he say he been doing the morning shift the whole time he been here. Say that he do the Nashville runs, the runs that they had me on, but he say he do like 8 stores in Nashville. He said he don't mind it. Once he kept doing it, he got used to the routes. He know how to go in and get out, and he said he never had a problem with it. So I'm gonna try to pick his brain when it come down to doing those type of store runs, and just to see if he got any tips for me to try to, build up my confidence and my knowledge of how to get in and out of those plazas. So we gonna see. So as far as right now, my boy Michael, my guy, he hooking up right now. Probably finna check out with the guards and hit the road. So Mike, what they got you doing? You doing store runs today?
Yeah, I got 2 store runs in Nashville.
2 store runs in Nashville?
Yeah.
So it's not even gonna be a long day for you. Okay, so yeah. My boy.
Yeah, 4 hours and 4 hours back. So.
Oh, you'll make it back today?
Yeah. 10 hours up. Like 11 hours then.
Okay, so my boy Michael got 2 store runs. He said it ain't gonna take him no time at all. Probably like a good 8 hours. In case y'all didn't hear him, I got my microphone under my shirt. In case y'all didn't hear him. So right now we about to go ahead and check out with the guards. Then we're gonna hit the road, and I'm gonna tap in with y'all in a second. All right, y'all. So we here at the location. We in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Man, shout out to my fellow J.B.Hunt driver, man, who gave me a ride down here, man. Real cool dude named Michael. He said he was a little camera shy, so I ain't want to just keep grabbing the camera and doing this, that, and the third. But we had great conversation, great stories about J.B.Hunt, about trucking, about all of that. Man, when I tell y'all, I feel like, the universe, God, be putting me in the right situation with the right people, because Lord knows I wouldn't be able to mesh with certain people when it come down to being isolated with them for certain hours, a couple hours or whatnot. But, my last 2 encounters with 2 different J.B.Hunt, well, 3. Him, the other guy I hitched the ride with, and my trainer, they all been cool, good people. I've learned that, from my boy that, he has heard stories about my YouTube channel from other J.B.Hunt drivers that works on the same account that we work on. So I think that's a good thing. I didn't hear nothing bad, but they just let you know that, the word spreads and type of things like that. So he said that he heard something about a J.B.Hunt driver that came in and got a Peterbilt his first day. And he didn't know that I was the YouTube guy that they was talking about. So it's just kind of crazy how that worked out. So right now, but anyway, shout out to my boy Michael, man, my boy from New Orleans. Shout out to him, man, for his hospitality, having me in his mobile home, and being a great person. You feel me? So right now, we here at the location. This is the track that we picking up, 201-380. So right now, I'm just doing a little walk around, a little minor pre-trip before I really get into the pre-trip to make sure everything is good. I ain't really too big on the depth of these tires. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think they gonna need to be swapped out soon. But as far as everything else, from my vision right now, it don't look bad. Hold on, let me make sure. These glad hands. Cool. Yeah, they don't look bad. I haven't got inside yet to check it out, so let's see what that look like. Of course, it's a international. Y'all know how I feel about internationals. I'm not big on them, so this ain't a bad looking one. Hold on. Jesus. So right now, this not a bad looking one, but it's definitely, a female definitely was either, a female is either the driver of this or used to be. And they got a garment in here. So I need to make sure everything is everything. They still got the bed spread. Everything is still up in here, man. I don't know what's going on. So I don't know if I'm recovering this for somebody or from somebody. I don't really know. But it's a lot of stuff up in here that look like somebody's still staying up in here. So we're gonna be real careful about what we touch. So I'm not gonna touch too much of nothing. Just let y'all know right now, I'm not gonna really do too much touching of nothing. So let's go ahead and get into this pre-trip. Make sure everything check out. We gon', like I said, I'm not gonna touch nothing. I'm just jump in, drive, and going back to where I need to get back to. So yeah, let's go ahead and do this pre-trip. All right, so right now we gonna check the riding with my boy Mike, man. I learned a lot because I don't really do a lot of talking to other drivers and stuff like that. Like, that's the most talking I've ever done with another driver besides my initial trainer from Pam Transport. And man, just to hear the funny stories that, my boy Mike had with J.B.Hunt. He got his license through FedEx, right? So the oil in there is good. He got his license through FedEx. Now, I've never really conversed with other drivers. I'm normally quiet and to myself. With my trainer, I didn't try to record anything. With the first guy I used to ride with, I recorded a little bit. And with Michael, he said he was camera shy, so I respect that. But I feel like I had more to talk about with Michael than I did with the other drivers due to the energy, the vibe, you feel me? I feel like this. Do any of you drivers have like something similar to that? Like, are y'all social? Do y'all just talk to anybody because they're around? Or do you wait for that like type of connection before you begin to, converse with one another, probably tell them like your experience when it come down to drive and give them your background when it come down to how you got your license and your experience with different companies and stuff like that. Like, you really got to be comfortable with somebody to give out that kind of information, because you never know, for one, if a person even want to hear about it, if a person even social, if they want to talk, none of that. So me, I always do like a vibe check. I kind of read the room a little bit. So for the first time since my initial trainer, as me being a first time ever CDL holder, this is the first time I've actually ran into a guy in a year and a half that I actually had a conversation with throughout the whole trip. And now the trip wasn't nothing but a good 2-hour drive. But we talked for the whole 2 hours. I've never done that with any other trucker I've been in the truck with. Like, I've always been quiet to myself, probably sleep or headset in or whatever. But I always feel like with me personally, before I open up and get to talking with somebody, I gotta do a vibe check. Are y'all anything like that? I just feel like you gotta be a different type of person to just open up and talk to anybody without even checking the vibe to even see. Because that can be annoying. You know what I'm saying? That you jump in the truck or anything with anybody and just start talking to a person, not knowing if they're interested in even conversing with anybody, not knowing their attitude, what type of mood they're in, anything like that. Me, I always got to do a vibe check before I even open my mouth. Now, will I speak? Of course. Will I introduce myself? Of course. Will I ask little small questions like, how long have you been with the company? Do you like the company? How long you been driving? Oh, of course. Once I ask those typical questions, if the room get quiet, I stop talking. But if the person give feedback and they start asking you questions, then that kind of like feeds into the vibe a little bit. Like, oh, okay, this person don't mind talking, this person don't mind conversing. They kind of cool, you like the tone of their voice, you like their body language. All of that goes into whether I talk to a person or not. So I don't know if you guys are the same. This tractor needs some new tires. This tractor should not be out in the rain. I'm gonna let y'all know that right now. I'm gonna make sure I let them know that. These tires should not be out in the rain. The depth of this tread isn't thick enough, isn't deep enough. So that's another story. So, but everything else look cool. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and start it up. Make sure there's no leaks, no air leaks, no liquid leaks. Make sure everything properly mounted and secured. No abrasion boulders or cuts. No damages to anything. All right, y'all, so we done checked everything. Went on the air pressure to level all the way up. So far as right now, as far as pre-trip, everything checked out. Like I said, except for those tires. I'm not really a big fan of how those tires look, so I will put that in. I would definitely put that in about those tires. Oh, I gotta take a picture of it. So let me ask y'all this.
Turn right at the traffic light.
What's the worst experience you guys have ever had when it comes down to, either team driving, recovering a load, helping out another driver? Like when you had to share your truck with somebody, what's like one of the worst experience you have had when it came down to, being accompanied by another driver? Was it bad? Was it good? Will you do it again? I know a lot of people out there love team driving. You know what I'm saying? They don't mind team driving. But to me,
3/4 miles, keep right to I-75 South.
like I said, it may seem like I'm social, but I'm not that social. So I don't really want to do like team driving. I got into trucking to kind of be isolated at the workplace. I didn't get into trucking because I wanted to be part of a group setting or, have to rely on somebody else to help me get the job done. But I just feel like I've been blessed with every encounter I done had with other drivers, as far as sharing the truck with them, that all of them been cool. Every last one of them. I done heard some horror stories about, drivers having to deal with other drivers to where they had to kick them off the truck. And to me, that's kind of crazy. Like, if it ever get that bad where you have to kick somebody off, I only can imagine the trauma that comes behind it to where you'll never want to do that again. And I don't blame you. If it ever get to a point where I have to kick somebody out of my truck, or I would have to, Jesus. Or I would have to remove myself from the truck, I don't think I'll ever do it again. See, this is one thing about these internationals, man. You feel every bump, every little nookie cranny. It just feels like an earthquake when they come down to drive internationals, man. Internationals actually do drive pretty smooth. They do, they drive pretty smooth, but the system, from what I've heard and experienced myself, the system is bad. And it's just not as good as the other trucks when it comes down to the ride. Like, the smoothness of the ride is not smooth at all. International are very bumpy. Like they have no shocks or no struts. Like, you gotta feel every single bump that you hit.
Keep right to I-75 South.
I don't really like that. When it comes down to driving, like, I want to have a smooth ride, man. I don't want to be having to be bouncing up and down and being thrown all over the truck when it comes down to little bumps in the road. It ain't even that bad. It ain't even that deep of the bumps. It's just,
there is currently light traffic on your route.
the International just hit every single bump and it's just about to toss you out the window. Like, come on, man. Like, nobody want to go through that. Nobody want to deal with that. But anyway, we on our way back to drop the truck off in the yard. I'm not sure if I'm do any other assignments when I get back, because they will try to put me on some BS, something that something that I may not be too fond of doing.
Right to I-75 South.
And it's just like, I may just want to go ahead and go to the crib, chill for the day. Tomorrow is an off day, which they still will call. Like, they don't believe in letting you rest. In my opinion. Let me just say that. It's my opinion. They don't believe in letting you rest. They will blow your phone up. Even on your off day, they gonna call you. It's up to you whether you pick up, you respond, or you accept whatever they were offering you. It's up to you. You don't have to. But, when you off, you want to be off. You don't want to deal with no phone calls. You don't want to deal with nobody in the office when you off. I know I don't. I don't know about y'all, but I don't. I don't want to deal with nobody. All right, so we had to make somewhat of a emergency stop at a truck stop. I thought I grabbed my phone charger from my original tractor, but I grabbed the wrong one. There's a charger to go to something completely different. And my phone ended up going dead. So I had to stop going to this pilot to get a phone charger. While I'm here, I might as well get something to eat. I ain't getting no breakfast this morning. So we're gonna go ahead and take a small little break. All right, so we got us some Arby's. Got me a chicken sandwich from Arby's. Got the charger in my pocket. So we about to go ahead and eat this up real quick. Then we're gonna finish this little drive. Probably like another hour and a half. It ain't far, so There's no rush at all. All right, trucker, so back at the yard, we dropped the tractor off where it needs to be dropped off at. About to go in here and turn in the keys. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this. So if y'all out there on the road, make sure y'all stay safe. Y'all made it this far in the video. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. I'll see y'all on the next one, man. I'm out.